3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready? 180? 56. You gonna see me in your night express? You gonna great.
Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go! 60 Pittsburgh. We don't want this.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Let's go. Ready?
From the 41, Locke, open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak, go.
They'll run. It's Lindsay. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke.
And the big fella stuffed that one up.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, This is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 7, Newton, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down, Panthers.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Out of the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. 61. Matchbox lights. Get it.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 50-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Who that?
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Got it. 56. Mike, 56. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. Slam. General West. Slam. Shift. Hit it.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Check. Hey. Get it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
I'm going back to you.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that'll help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
That's it. 180. Check. Ready? Switch. 20.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. And they found the opening and exploited it.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 18-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go forward.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Brian Burns racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines.
We got this.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On first down, it's Newton. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Newton now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
Here's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Gano's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded at the 6. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The throw over the middle, taken in. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. McManus's point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check hot, bro. Hot. Kill.
Here's Newton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. That's caught. It's Jarius Wright. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 44 yards.
1st down, Carolina.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
So it's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 9, Locke, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they finally get him down as he takes it up to the 44. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
20. 56. Mike's 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. 56. Mike, 56. Gun. 56. Blue Dan. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Great.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And he's got his man on the out route.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Check 45 to Mike. Coming to you. Gun. Switch.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Great. Here we go. Showing it. Gun.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, set. Mike, 56, right there. Right. Topper!
Block now on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On second down, it's Lindsey, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Locke now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. On first and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw it is Locke. It's caught. Smith. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Hey, exit.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Set, ready? 10-2, sir.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Locke. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And McManus able to put it through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch the pass. Shoot, shoot, shoot. 20. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Now Newton. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Wide, 20. Watch out.
On the ground, McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Gun. 45, Mike, 45. Hey! I'm coming.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Let's go. Bang, bang.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. A gain of 3, second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
This is McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check 24. Jim.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Panthers, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.